every day.
Here at the International Sniper Competition at Fort Benning, Georgia, teams are calibrating their rifles for the week of events ahead.
Good morning, my name's Sergeant Polkey. Welcome to Merton's Range. Today's event's going to be zero and confirm. Standards: conduct zeroing procedures within 10 rounds and confirm the weapon at the 500 within 10 rounds.
The most critical thing that you do prior to going out and executing is having a good solid zero. When the bullet flies out of the barrel, the bullet is going to go wherever the barrel is oriented or pointed. We've put sights on the top of rifles, either iron sights like you find on an M16 or a telescopic sight like you'd find on top of a sniper rifle. So the first thing you need to do is try to bring that telescope or those sights in alignment with the bore. Then you go out to the range, usually at short distance, about 100 yards or 100 meters. And you would fire and then adjust your sights left, right, up, or down until the bullet is impacting where the crosshairs are. So once you have a baseline zero, you can then adjust for whatever range you're going to engage the target at.
Snipers spend the majority of their time learning from their misses, and a common term that is heard throughout the community is dope. What dope do you have on your gun? And dope refers to a firing solution. Basically, what are you adjusting? And dope is actually an acronym for data on previous engagements. And so basically it's what I've learned from my previous misses or hits, and I've come up with a solution from that.
All right, well, they're starting off at 100 meters, and they're going to be shooting the 1-inch squares. They're going to push back to 500 yards, and then that's when they're going to shoot at the E-type silhouettes just to reconfirm their zero and make sure their shot groups are still tight.
Right target, spotter ready. Ready? Send it.
Go to the middle row of 1-inch squares. Take the left target of the middle row.
When sighting in a rifle, it is important to fire multiple rounds before making adjustments. The consistency of these impacts, called a group, ensures the gun and shooter are working exactly the same for each shot, and the adjustments are made for the true representation of the rifle's point of impact.
Right on the bottom of the target.
It is in the zero phase that we can first see each team working together. Without a correct zero, the competitor's chances of performing well here are completely eliminated.
He looked like he was a little on the left until that last shot. Let it cool down, let me shoot.
The sniper team is made up of a spotter and a sniper. But in reality, both men are trained snipers. They have a unique relationship that requires them to function together as a unit for prolonged periods of time, often behind enemy lines.
Usually it's the less experienced member of the team is the shooter. The shooter is just the mechanic. He's the trigger puller. The spotter is really the brains of the operation.
Your targets are up. It moves down a little bit inside the right hold.
The spotter is doing things like estimating the wind. He'll tell the shooter what elevation to put on the rifle scope. His most important job is actually spotting the shot. So when the shot is fired, he'll try to observe the bullet trace downrange, and if they miss the target, he can usually make an adjustment.
I look left and right, and I see some snipers, but when I think sniper, I think you, Robbie Johnson. When I think spotter, I think of you. Damn, dude, how nice you. What is that?
Temperature, humidity, all that stuff plays a factor when it comes to zero and sniper rifle. So
We're in Florida, so the weather's all the same, so we don't have to deal with any differences. The guys coming from like Washington. You guys?
We came from Washington State, man. We were like 3 minutes off.
A minute of angle is a unit of measurement. It's a small unit of measurement we use in shooting.
Half-minute left.
And it relates to a distance at a given range. 1 minute of angle equates to about 1 inch at about 100 yards. And it goes back. So 1 minute of angle at 1,000 yards would be 10 inches. I would say realistically, for military grade sniper rifles, a rifle that is a minute of angle is an extremely accurate rifle.
The spotter usually uses a more versatile rifle. But as the first non-military participants in competition history, the Pittsburgh SWAT team had to make a compromise on their spotter weapon.
Your center mass about 2 foot low of the bottom of the silhouette. Pull 3 feet high. That's it. Perfect.
Considering what I'm shooting?
I'm using the M4 Commando. The M4 Commando has the 11-inch barrel. It fires the 5.56 millimeter or 223 caliber. It's our primary entry weapon, and a decision was made by the team to utilize this during the competition instead of the 700 sniper rifle I brought down.
What you just saw here was the first time I ever shot the M4 Commando at 500 meters. First time. It was wonderful.
SR-25, night armament, 308 caliber. I don't have to cycle a bolt. I don't have to come off scope. We shoot both eyes open. It allows us full view. I can see with this eye, I can see the magnification, I can see the crosshairs. With this eye, I'm able to watch where the rounds are striking. It's as accurate as a bolt gun when I shoot it like it should be. It's far more accurate than I am. It's going to be a great week. I'm excited.
Everybody on the line right now. You guys move it.
With their rifles zeroed, the teams can now input scope adjustments to hit targets at any range within their weapon's capability.
What a good shooter will do is he'll get that initial baseline zero at 100 meters, say, and then every 50 meters go back and fire and then record the sight adjustments he needs to make to hit the center of the target.
They can do this by utilizing ballistic tables placed on their weapons.
Then he'll have a list of all those sight adjustments of what he needs to engage that target from 100 to 1,000 meters in, say, 50-meter increments. He doesn't have to guess at, theoretically, what the bullet, how much the bullet should drop between 100 and 850. He has hard data.
This enables teams to make quick adjustments for targets at any range, which will be incredibly important as they put their skills to the test on the first scored shot of the competition.
This is a timed event in which shooter and spotter will work as a team to achieve either a first or second round hit on their designated target.
The final shot event simulates a combat engagement where a single well-aimed shot is the only opportunity to eliminate the enemy.
The main purpose behind this event is to get teams right in the mix. They come here immediately following zeroing and immediately to put stress on the teams. They're faced with a 700-meter shot.
First round hit will be worth 20 points and a second round hit will be worth 10. However, if you hit the target with your first round, you can shoot it again for 10 points with your second round. It's a maximum of 30 points. The teams that are going to pull away in this event, because it is a higher point event, it's the teams that have good shooter-spotter dialogue that can find the target quickly. There's only one target on the range. The spotter's shown where the target is. He has 1 minute in order to find the target, get his shooter on target, mill the target, range estimate to the target, put the correction on the gun, and actually engage. It's very dialogue intensive.
Target is right in front of the tank. Identified it?
Yep.
All right, mill it.
4.7.
540. Give me 5 + 2.
10 seconds. Ready.
Send it.
Best engage!
Come up. Hey, come up like 5. Send it.
Miss, clear your rifle.
I'm ready when you are. Give me a mill.
0.7. Top to bottom?
Yeah. By knowing the size of the target, the shooter can get a mill reading off of his scope, and the spotter, a lot of the spotting scopes they're using have mil-dot reticles as well.
Mil-dot scopes have special points on the reticle that equate to specific measurements at known distances.
Milling is utilizing a unit of measure that you can see in your scope, all right? The mil dots. So you have your crosshair, then you have mil dots. At 100 yards, there's space every 3.6 inches. What you actually do is go ahead and you place the crosshair at some point on top of the target. You want to mill both the height and the width. And once you have the size, you divide by what you mill it times either 25.4 for meters or 27.778 for yards.
7 + 1.
10 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Miss, re-engage.
Something that small is throwing guys off. It's the mill. That's a small target.
The time constraints hurt us. 60 seconds is not a lot of time to find it, mill it, do the math, and engage.
Miss, clear your rifle.
All right, guys, your score for this event is 0 points. Go ahead and sign your
They're doing it realistic, though. Like, they're talking about Iraq and targets popping up for less than a minute, so.
You got to be on your game.